Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the Bearded Broski Show. I'm going to be your host for this video. My name is Mike. This week I'm going to be reviewing the movie Dunkirk, which is the new wartime movie by the director Christopher Nolan. Uh, this is a fantastic movie. Of the movies we've reviewed so far this year, this is probably the first movie. We've done a lot of action, a lot of the comic book movies, seen a lot of good movies this year, seen a lot of good comedies and stuff. But this feels like the best movie. From beginning to end, it's just an intense, real, just gritty, amazing movie. The shots that Christopher Nolan has are fantastic. The acting is okay, but for a movie that's about 2 hours long, we don't get a ton of dialogue in this movie, but we just have so much tension because Christopher Nolan is just amazing at the way he's able to shoot things and then add in the sound. And it's just the looks on all the actors' faces that let you know that they're in this intense situation. So basically, what this movie is it's a story of Dunkirk, which is a city in France where in the Second World War, the English and the French are both trapped, basically getting pushed back to the sea. They're getting pushed back to this town of Dunkirk. The Nazis are pushing them back. What basically they're trying to do is then get from Dunkirk back across the sea, the English Channel, back to England to safety. So we have three phases to this movie. We've got the mole, which is the ground, which takes place over the course of a week. We've got the air, which takes place over the course of an hour, and we have the sea, which takes place over the course of a day. So what they kind of do is they start with the ground, and we see this group of soldiers walking down the streets of Dunkirk, and they all start dropping off in a hail of gunfire. One guy survives and he runs through a fence and he ends up down on the beach and he sees like all the rest of the English and French armies there waiting to get on these boats to get the heck out of there. The sea then follows a grandfather or fathers and his son and another young man, and basically they've been taken over by the Navy. The Navy has said that we need any ship we can to go sail across and to pick up our soldiers. Because any big boat, any big military boat, or anything of that kind is just getting sunk. Whether it's by a bomber in the air or a U-boat, they're all just getting sunk. They're losing tons of men. It's just really bad. So they're taking all civilian ships and they're sending them across, and they're going to try and bring them back on civilian ships because they aren't getting attacked. And in the air, that's where we find probably our main actor of the movie. We find Tom Hardy, and his role in this movie is he's basically just flying around with another garrison of guys, and they're just kind of shooting down anything they see. They'll shoot down some bombers if they happen across them. They'll shoot down other planes as they're going along as well, and they're just trying to clean up some of the mess that they see. But this is just like, it is absolutely a fantastic movie. I got a chance to see this movie in what's called D-Box, and I don't know how many theaters throughout Canada or North America or the world that have this feature, but if you guys have a chance, see this movie in D-Box. D-Box. It is an absolutely fantastic way to see it. It just adds so much to it. Every gunshot, every rock of a boat, every arc of a plane, you're right along with it, and it just adds so much to the movie. You're going to pay a bit more to have this feature, of course. It's about 24 bucks Canadian to go watch this movie in D-Box, but it is absolutely worth it. This movie is going to clean up at the Oscars. I think Christopher Nolan, obviously the year's not over, but I think he's definitely going to get a nomination for Best Director. He may win. It's going to get a ton of nominations for cinematography and sound and all that kind of stuff. Might not get an actor or nomination out of it because, again, there wasn't a ton of dialogue, but this movie didn't need the dialogue. Everything just felt so real. It just was an absolute thrill ride from beginning to end. I think this would probably get like a 9.5 for me. Not too many movies so far this year, I could say that. Any action movie, any superhero movie, I don't necessarily want to rank as a 9 or a 10 because I just don't feel they bring the cultural relevance that something like this does. And basically, I think a movie like this just shows what what we have in a director like Christopher Nolan, that he might just be one of the top 5 greatest living directors we have right now, and we're lucky to have someone like him. The Batman trilogy that he did, obviously Inception, Interstellar was another masterpiece. The man is just fantastic. So if you guys have a chance, definitely go out and see this movie in theaters. Historically wise, it's a story that maybe has fallen through the cracks over the years, but it's finally getting its due as something that was relevant back in World War II. And as a movie, it is just a phenomenal piece, a cinematic masterpiece. So that'll wrap up this review for this week. Please like, share, and subscribe if you like the video. We also will be having some more reviews coming up, so we look forward to having you join us for those.